Hello you all. In this week's video, I'm finally peeling back the winter funk and going outside and getting my outdoor spaces cleaned up. Alrighty, like I already mentioned, we are outside and we're gonna do two sides of my house because it was time to start peeling back the layers of winter crust and hopefully reveal something more beautiful than those black and brown stains that were all over my siding. So I'm gonna start on my back deck just with blowing all the leaves off. I am gonna use mostly Ryobi tools or Ryobi. And that's only because the first thing I bought was a lawnmower and it came with the battery. So then I just kept buying tools to reuse those batteries. So I don't really have any particular loyalty to the brand, but you will see a lot of their branded tools in this video. Please excuse me, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jay. I live in Maryland. Welcome back to my home. I am just on the track to upgrading and updating and just beautifying my older 1960s home. And so I post a lot of cleaning videos because it's quite a bit of house for me and I find myself always behind. So filming YouTube videos not only gives you motivation, but it definitely motivates me to clean more. So if that sounds good, I hope you'll subscribe, stick around and watch this video and some of my others. Anyways, back here on this deck. So I don't use this deck a lot, but this year I want to change that. I've already grilled out here once. It was fabulous. Here in Maryland, we've started to get nice weather. Unfortunately, we went from the 60s to the 80s, and then we're back to rain now, which we definitely need. My grass is already looking like I'm just gonna have to try again next year, even though I did the pre-emergence and the post-emergence and all that. It's still not looking good. I saw a new variety of weed out front that I googled and something invasive in the Northeast. I don't know, but we're not worried about that in this video. I'm just going to focus on the back of the house because that was the worst. Just every time I came out here, I was appalled by how dirty the siding was. And I had to blow the leaves and stuff off anyway. I'm hoping to get some new patio furniture because if you didn't know, a squirrel ate all of my patio furniture. They tore the cushions out of the patio cushions back here. I thought it was the neighbor's cat. My apologies to the scary orange cat that lives next door. It's a big cat. Probably a male because it's orange, and it's not rude. It's a nice cat. I'm just afraid of cats. I know, but I thought it was him, but it was actually a squirrel. And then the squirrel had the nerve to take the stuffing from my patio cushions and stuff it into on my chimney. I have a rain diverter. So I had to pay somebody recently to come out and clear all that and seal it up. So no more squirrel nests on the chimney, which is good. But now I need new patio furniture. I'm a little bit scared, but I hope it has moved on to another spot so I can safely get some nicer stuff back here. I got this little broom from the Dollar Tree. I didn't want to use my inside broom outside, so I just picked up a broom, which is really good to have just to keep your outdoor spaces clean. But I'm using this 30-second outdoor cleaner that I got from Home Depot. They sell it at Home Depot and Lowe's, and I was looking up reviews of this, and the reviews are really good. And as you can see, you just hook it onto your hose, and then you turn the hose on, and it sprays water, like the cleaner and the water at the same time. And it's really nice because then when you go from wash to rinse, you don't have to turn the water off. You can just flip the nozzle, because a lot of these, if you want to rinse, you turn the hose off, take off the solution, turn the water back on and then rinse, but you do all of it from the bottle. So here I read the instructions on the back, and you just apply it. I applied it a little bit too liberally, I will say. It's pretty powerful, and I didn't need like this many coats to kind of put it on and put it on and put it on. And I could immediately tell a difference. I could see the dirt starting to run down. So you just spray on the dirty areas, and you don't want to leave the cleaner sitting wet for too long because it can eat through the surfaces. So depending on what you're spraying, you want to spray it on there and then use a broom to dislodge some of the like deeper caked on dirt. I was gonna sweep all of the siding, but I was like, no. No. So I kind of got what I could. I targeted the really dirty areas with that Dollar Tree broom, and then I just went ahead to rinse, and it rinsed away so clean. I was honestly very shocked. Now, one thing I didn't do quite right was, see how it's spraying very aggressively, and that was good because if you look at the gutters, it just sprays so white, so clean. But there's a little like pull tab on the front that you pull, and it'll spray more of a like an open spray, so it won't be as targeted. But again, that hard mist was really good, and it got all the gunk from behind the shutters and off of the gutters, and it just, so I was fine with rinsing with this hard spray. But if you do decide to buy this product, you can change the rinse a little bit. But I'm just rinsing it down with a hose, and I rinsed it this way, and then when I was all done rinsing this side of the house, I did go turn off the water, and then I rinsed it with my normal hose, just because I had sprayed so much product before I knew how strong it would be. And so I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave a layer of soap, because that just invites soap scum, and I don't want anything to attract the bugs, because this day was very warm, super hot. It was in the 80s, so I tried to get out here early in the day, and luckily my outdoor spaces are pretty well shaded. Well, this deck is actually not. Let me take that back. This deck is definitely not, depending on where the sun is, but it didn't feel too bad outside. And excuse the way I'm dressed. I know it was a New Year's resolution of mine to look better, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse. So I look a little bit crazy. I was all sunscreened up, and I had my hat and my glasses and my AirPods and my outdoor weekend clothes. So yeah, but we're just getting it done here. And then here I am doing that final rinse with my regular hose, and I have like a telescopic handle on it, and I got that from Aldi some years ago. So check your local Aldi this time of year for some good outdoor stuff. And then here I tried to get it in different lighting just so you could see what an improvement it is. There's no more black gunk up on the gutters, and it just looks clean. I can't help that it's yellow. My house is yellow, but it is a big improvement. And here I am just on the other side of the house. This is my other patio. So if you've been here before, inside my main living room, there are 2 sets of sliding glass doors. So this is the other side of that, and there's like a little brick patio that's really great for weeds growing between the bricks, which you'll see me take care of. But first things first, I wanted to go ahead and swap out this light bulb and then fix a little piece of siding, and then I will get to cleaning this part as well. And over here I was smarter with the product and I didn't use quite so much, and it cleaned just as good. So on the left in that white pot was a really big azalea that it bloomed a little tiny bit, but the weather has been so weird here and I didn't catch it in time, and we had a bunch of rain and then no rain. So short story long, she is not doing good, and I think their season might be over. I know they don't look beautiful all year, or maybe that's not true at all and I just didn't take care of my plant, but I think it'll come back next year. It is a perennial, so it should come back. And then on the right side, I don't know what that plant is. It was left by the previous owner, but it's so heavy. I can't get rid of it. It is so freaking heavy. So this year at least it turned green. Last year I didn't even get leaves on it, so I have no idea what it is, but it'll just live there forever because I can't take it anywhere. And a tip, if you do decide to buy this stuff, which I myself am going to go purchase another bottle, buy the bottle that attaches to the hose and then keep that bottle once you run out and buy the refills. I didn't think that, and in this video I used so much product, which I didn't have to. I actually ran out and I just threw that away, but I should have saved it to just refill it with the refill gallon. So I would highly recommend it. It wasn't that expensive. I think it's 20 bucks. And I was looking, of course, on one of the worst places on the internet, Reddit, and they're like, well, it's just bleach and TSP and some like soaping agent. So if you want to do a little DIY, you probably can, and I'm sure you'll find just as good of an outdoor cleaner. I think this is worth it for the bottle alone, because I do have those like pressurized pump spray bottles you can buy to spray your own cleaner, but this one just does so well. So I would say at least buy a product like this one time, and then if you want to make your own solution, just reuse the bottle. All clean, another layer of grime gone. And then once I was finished with this, like I said, I was out of the cleaning product, which is good because these were the 2 worst sides of my house. But then I moved on to the lawn. I'm not going to mow the grass, but I did look at this patio space. My goodness. I put down some weed killer so the weeds are dead, but there are just so many of them. So I had to get out my string trimmer and I wanted to cut all these weeds down, and then I wanted to edge up my backyard because I had this yard overseeded last year, because previous to that it was just dirt and weeds and overgrown neglected garden. So the grass didn't come in like super thick, it was new. So I'm trying to be a little more gentle this year. So I'm letting the grass get a little bit longer and I'm just gonna edge up the sides. And let me tell you, this edger was cutting up my shins. I just didn't think, and there was stuff flying everywhere. So I was like, girl, let's work smarter, not harder. So you'll see me get out my blower and blow away some of the debris before I started edging again, because I was just getting tore up in the shins. And I did have to go back and re-rinse the bottom of the house under the patio door, but that was fine. And I took out another Ryobi tool because, like I said, I had the batteries already. So I bought one of their blowers, but plug-in or gas-powered electronic like yard tools are always going to be stronger. So for this blower, it's not super strong, so I had to get out this one, which was pretty cheap. You can find these pretty cheap throughout the year at your local hardware store. This one is from Lowe's, and that outlet was actually bad as well, which I realized when I plugged it in and it didn't work. So I had to go inside, flip the breaker. So we had a few little setbacks, but I did get it all taken care of. And I'm glad that I did this because I would never have noticed that that breaker was faulty. And so while I'm doing this, I'll cover, I guess, my highs and lows of the week. We'll start with my high. I got my upstairs bathroom, the tub, and the tile resurfaced. So in about a week, I'll finally be able to use my upstairs bathroom. It's right next to my bedroom, and I live in a Cape Cod style home, so there's 2 bedrooms upstairs and a tiny bathroom in the middle. It's like a half bath with a full-size tub behind the door, but it's all mine, and I'll be able to use it, and I'm just so excited, and I'll probably share more about that in 2 weeks when I start moving all my stuff to that bathroom and organizing. And I still have to put down new floor tile because I got a new vanity from Lowe's. Thank God. I was just so grateful to be able to afford these things that I'm doing and that I'm like physically able and financially. So I'd already had a new toilet. I got a new vanity. I got the tub and tile resurfaced, and the last thing will be floors, and that's the last for like the practical stuff to keep it really usable. And then I'll do the paint, maybe some wallpaper, a new light fixture. That'll come in time, but I'm glad that the resurfacing is done because I couldn't do that on my own. So that was the high point. And then my low point was a migraine. I lost my whole weekend from a migraine. And in the past, I've been able to pinpoint what the cause was, either hormonal. My biggest ones that were coming regularly were hormonal, but I went to my OBGYN, we got that figured out, but I'm gonna have to go and see like a primary care doctor and see what she says or he, and then get a referral because I just can't keep like losing days. And by losing days, I mean I was so sick I just couldn't do anything for most of the weekend. And, you know, I work full time. I commute a good distance to work. So I really need the weekends to get stuff done. It's my biggest chunk of time throughout the week. So yeah, the migraine was bad. But again, I'm just so grateful for all the other things in my life that, you know, I take the bad with the good. The next thing I need to do out here is handle all of the English ivy to my right up on that like hill. There's so much of it and you just gotta pull it down. So English ivy and pokeweed, which they grow to be humongous and it's horrible. And anyway, we will get to that in a future video, but that is where we're ending today. The house is clean on the outside. I wish I could say the same for the inside, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I hope you come back.